And they're looking to push right in towards Heretics' position. Boo. Well, he has a tracer, a rough idea of where those players are, but he can't land the shot.
Clean fucking round. I don't know what the fuck strat that was, if I'm being honest.
Start to this one, 1-0 for Heretics.
Well, no, I'm kidding. That would be a little bit of it. But the thing is, winning both pistols has been the defining point of the map so far. Like, they've been both incredibly close. Okay, one of them went to OT, so I guess the pistols maybe weren't the most clinical thing in the world, but it could have meant that...
Man, Loki kind of unlucky. He got spammed through smoke.
Getting off to a good start here for the side of Heretics is going to be so important. I'm excited to see some of these roles. We saw players who used to be duelists and stuff do it in the past, but Woot has sort of played
5 rushing
every
C.
role. I can't go back to him playing Sentinel, but anything other than that, he's pretty much in the book.
You can almost say the same for good old Boo.
Yeah.
Over the years, he's done whatever needs to be done. For Heretics 1-0 to start this.
What's the idea behind role switches? Sometimes it could just be playstyle differences, and sometimes it could be the fact that one player just really wants to play this character, so then they swap roles.
Part of Boo's gameplay is what I'd normally say.
Or third reason, the coach thinks that this would be better, for any number of reasons they could have.
Of playing the same role again and again, and he wants to play everything.
But didn't Boo got controller of the year in EMEA, right?
He got controller. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I'm going for
maybe it's Boo that's the IGL, right?
Of champions. Because why bother?
Because it is easier to call on Sentinels.
Already completed it.
Completed it, mate.
Or what am I saying? On initiators.
Should be very little.
So maybe it helped his calling.
Nice for FPX, and not an awful start. Managing to get those trades. Now, we haven't really talked about it as much, but the thing I love about this attack side triple controller is it means they can actually use that Viper screen for space into the B site for Woot. He's going to be on cleanup crew. Now, any extra cost here would be a weapon dropped. They've only lost pistols so far.
Yeah, and Aya has a chance, but Woot's a little too quick.
Bang.
It was just the same, finding the second shot onto life, and well, with those connections, that is a 2-0 start. FPX though, doing some damage. At the end of the day.
Also,
it's quite a nice Viper screen, but one that you can't normally allow, and something they should have.
That guy just got annihilated.
Doing that.
Well, you think that when you commit life to holding an angle, that'll be enough, but Mini Boo's off to a flyer. Started the first. Rifles for the most part.
They're feeling it now. I legit think these guys are about to get scraped.
Up by FPX, trying to spam down early on A, but it's converted out now for the rifle. Oh, and it's converted back, and it's converted back again. They're juggling all the way to
back
the
under
spawn.
this.
That's going to be chucked away. So just the rifles carried forward.
Oh, nice shot.
Already, that's Boo dropped the A site, weakened a little bit, but there's still a defender here.
Benji's still around as well. Rotation already coming in from Rian, so they bolstered
Viper here, Omen here.
Defense, and with 3 players already committed to tree, this could be a problem. They haven't managed to get out of this spot, but Woot's going to give them the fight. In fact, Rian swings with him.
All right, never mind.
Dropped.
Good fucking recovery here.
Really made to face them together. Can't quite account for those shots landing in that fashion. FPX now only facing off against a weaker weapon in the form of Benji and Mini Boo, who has hit a few nice shots. We'll see if he can find a bit more. He's gone down the rope. He's on the site, round the corner. They're not expecting it. The angle's open. He finds his one. Nade thrown, but he has a player around the backside. It's Aya on his way, and Ayung not even needed, really. The kill was going to go either way, Autumn or himself.
Switch roles, I just explained it.
And this early fight, well, fair enough, Woot. I guess you can just play a duelist initiator and everything in between.
Yeah, a man of many talents, that's for sure. A jack of all trades and a master of most as well. The Odin spray from Boo. It's stylish. I like it. A little bit of damage already, but Mini Boo goes out to see if they're still there. Well, the info is at least found. Unfortunately, the advantage is lost in the meantime. Woot! Oh my goodness! 16 HP left on Berlin.
He is so crispy.
Decay in play.
He is literally satisfying to watch, this kid, when he shoots.
B site to be cleared. I don't think it's going to find any connections. It will be recovered, though, for the post plant.
Yeah, again, you can see those smokes already put into play. Viper screen could delay even further. That's going to be the problem of getting in on this retake, is you almost have to disrespect some of the utility that is on the FPX side. Otherwise, you're.
Does he have high sense? Do you guys know? Is he on high sense or no?
Available for Woot, but does he
it feels like that.
That's the real problem.
Yeah, he does, but he doesn't catch Lysor.
Put him down immediately.
Shallow And I believe Thrash
No
is
sense.
just now back online. So the chances of this round going the way of Heretics next to none with 3 ends.
Wow, he's on extremely low sense.
Straight into the waiting hands of Autumn. That is a nice equalizer.
Both of them managed to catch fights on elevated duels. Again, FPX are going to challenge for this control. Maybe
What just happened?
expecting a little bit more resistance, but it's much more passive. The weaponry is not ideal, but if they can delay, there is a flank coming, and you have to take into consideration there is no Sentinel online for FPX.
Young's lost half his HP through a spam through the door with the Sheriffs. And a push up from C. Lots of information. Yeah, I think FPX definitely expected a bit more aggression from Heretics. Remember, last round they took the space very quickly.
Dude, I was entirely wrong. I thought FPX was going to get owned based off how these guys are shooting, but
in the air. Now, they're much more cautious of that early aggression. Dizzy to be thrown through. Nobody caught by it. So in goes the wingman for the plant. Almost undeniable.
Gorgeous.
The potential reveal with the swings out. They hope they can convert a couple of kills, but they are kept in position, whether it be by bullets or utility.
So many smokes.
On the side
is this genius?
Just Woot and Benji left to try and clutch it all. 2 versus 5. The best they can hope for is damage.
Yeah, either that or to go down to the spike. A couple of ultimates getting relatively
That's so many fucking smokes.
A shot from Benji. We know how dangerous he is with this Sheriff. Looking for a little bit more. 3 kills already. Another one comes up for Wu as well. It's now somehow left on to just Berlin. This round was looking all but done. He's been revealed. They know where he is as well. And already sending utility, but it hasn't connected. It doesn't even matter. 2 players survived. After what was every single man standing for FPX, somehow Benji and Wu pulled off a miracle.
2v5 with only Sheriffs.
That scared the fuck out of me.
Thrifty on the back of Benji to keep the lead early on, deny FPX the foothold on this map. The attack side left with 2 rifles bought up. A lot of the credits are down.
You won't support G2 against FPX? Fuck no.
You don't. Okay. Don't want to see any crazy risks taken by FPX. They've got to be cautious in this round. It was Woot that got aggressive, that tried to get up in their face. He's lost his life now. That Robo control not quite going his way, but Rienz has done well to trade it out.
I'm almost wondering how. It looked like there was a smoke down. Did he just tap a couple of bullets through it?
I think
he was still towards the A site. Maybe it is possible, but even still, it must have just been a pixel shot that he connected. I'll be happy with that because the early aggression definitely didn't pay off. Still have a showstopper available and actually gambled back towards the C site. 3 players. Come on, Boot. Maybe a little bit lucky to be alive. He's going to fall back with the smoke shutting him off completely and that control going the way of FPX. The only problem is they don't have a mass amount of time to only be getting this control now.
A to B, right?
Still a lot to do.
Obvious.
If they switch back to B, they could be in trouble. I think that's going to be the play. Usually when it's low time left, that's where teams decide to take it. The spike certainly on its way, but the nade has kept them back, bought a little bit more time.
Oh, wow, Viper left.
And Team Heretics now have rotated in to assist.
Now they are going A.
They're ready for this push. Oh, they're just now pulling back from it, giving up that space. It looks like FPX, despite the clock being against them, will just about have enough time.
Oh my god, they bamboozled them.
Having the lockdown available and the showstopper. In fact, the showstopper committed immediately. Maybe trying to force players back. Instead, Lysor goes forward.
Oh my god.
Comes up as well. Finally, Boo has managed to get a response, but it's whether or not they even want to commit the lockdown. I think at this stage, it would be, well, an oversight to put that into play. Benji, well, he pulled off an impossible clutch moments ago. This one might even have to be better, and Lysor's not going to give him the time of day. An instant response from the side of FPX, and we're level again.
FPX needs 7.
Contact early. They don't have the wall. They're just assuming that FPX aren't going there. So in taking the space, he loses the fight to Autumn. Not an easy player to face off against on those shift peaks.
Well, it's good on attack side too when you're hitting the bomb sites.
The problem is
when you have 3 smokes.
Heretics only
all you don't have on attack side is a lurker, which Astra can do.
They should have the read though. They've pushed up C. They put Prowlers through B. So they basically know that this is going to be that early A control. So they can stack players up here. Bit of spam from either side, but they have to be wary of a potential double back towards the B side. And with Boo already being tagged low, there is going to be a push.
Yeah, good play getting out. Thank God he didn't run through.
Snake bite would be an incredible risk in a round where it's not necessary at all.
Especially with things like this now. Orbin to Young and
job.
almost a double.
Good job breaking it. They were fully relying on that hitting.
At the last second, Miniboo up close now. Sheriff in hand, not able to land the shots. Life whizzing right by him as Lysor finds another. Now
wait, they are playing really well.
In for FPX. Just a few pistols left, and Benji's not getting away with it this time around.
Yeah, still a little bit of damage across players, but not anything to write home about.
It's going through. He ain't gonna get the kill, but as long as you do, who cares?
He has a boombot, and he is also a boombot.
He is a boombot with wings.
I mean, I don't mind.
He's been having his Red Bull. Well, for FPX,
I don't mind. I mean, the no senti can work on defense. I'm thinking more defense. I know it works on attack. But defense?
With Thrifty round.
It can work.
In the lead early on. Team Heretics have ultimates of their own. The lockdown for Benji Fishy leaves them with a much more passive hold of C. Not in terms of utility. Alarm bot just there, revealing there's some players. But it's not like they want to hold on to this control with their lives when you've the lockdown.
I think also just FPX hadn't gone C. They waited for that showstopper. The utility is Sublime. Setting up Life perfectly.
Huge
but
kills,
the
man.
Boo is ridiculous. Opens the door and an oversight, it seems. No one aware of that flank. He might have used the Nightfall.
Yeah,
I
he
think
did.
That caught everybody, and then they just didn't hear the sound behind them. What
wow.
a play from the
They
IGL.
literally didn't hear the door.
We did see him play a bit last year, but as of recent, hasn't been on that initiative.
That's pretty fucking genius.
Lysor's going to get a plant.
If this kid wins this round, he is a legend.
Lysor knows that, having already heard the Prowler go around the corner. Try to get himself a foothold inside of tree. Here's his opportunity. That door's going to open. That's a 1v1. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, Boo's playing it smart. If he opens the door, he gives him an avenue back into the game, back into the round. Instead, he's going to have to take down 3. Already 1 through the smoke, and the spams came close, but not close enough. There may be a hole in Miniboo's earphones, but he's still rocking and rolling with most of his HP.
Impossible.
FPX not going to keep the lead for too much.
I do like these jerseys.
Tied up again, neck and
I like white jerseys in general,
That
though.
was a huge play as well, because the thing is,
early fight and early success for Miniboo. They tried to cross this one conventionally, and it's not even Woot's Rumble control that matters. The quick one shot to the head. Team Heretics, 4 players early on A main, now start to fill in the rest of the space. Again, they're confident to play retakes on B or C.
Sure will be.
No worries, really.
You want to fight it?
It looks like the B site retake will be necessary. Paranoia used. I expect Boot to fall back. I see him stood on the edge of that wall, though, and I'm thinking maybe he's going to go for a little nasty play. He's waiting for their aggression for sure. Viper's Pit used from the spawn. It gives them a little avenue.
That's a lot of space back.
Very close with a
that
lockdown in play. The players are sent tumbling back in the other direction. They almost have to fight forward for the
gorgeous
most part.
Boo to get one.
To start with, and Lysor manages to make it out, but denying this defuse could be difficult.
That was a very good Viper ult from Rians.
Sneaking in inside the pit, they could already be defusing, and someone needs to get on that to check that they aren't. Pit gets dropped, shots landed by Berlin, put them in a good position with the wall down. Benji has the line of sight on Young.
Wow.
And lands the shot to bring it across.
We have a fucking game here, huh?
Round, but I have to say, I like what
Heretics have regained the lead. Economy.
I think there's a fucking. I agree though. I think there's a high chance, guys, that Sen lose. But it will be a close game. Much closer than it was today.
Just to pad the gap. They're the ones with the Viper's Pit in this round, and Boo. Wow, it's not long ago. I remember him using a Nightfall to win them around.
I don't think they get 2-0'd again. I don't think Sen gets 2-0'd.
You know, last round, 4 players on A from Team Heretics. They used the C's alongside the nade to deny Rumble control. They push up, taking the fight immediately on the players emerging from the spawn, deleting Life. I think it was Miniboo that did that. This time, Miniboo's on the C site, pushed up on Rumble a moment ago. Or
I think it'll be 2-1, yeah.
Find that little
but I do think Sen
spotting out that no one's there.
will
it's
lose.
got the rotations from Heretics
to either of these teams.
Entirely.
But that's not me basing it off the performance just today. Even the way they were playing in the end of split 2, I wasn't convinced.
If they come through, I doubt they clear this corner.
Oh, he's going to look for the timing, and it doesn't quite work out. At least gets a little bit of information. Now, the reason they've left this solo C site is, again, FPX have been there once. and they got killed from behind. So they haven't need to stack up on this side of the map. The late rotation, the orb going up is going to be a problem.
Why did Sun fall off?
Playing up close, still has his nade. They haven't baited out any of this.
Game's hard to be like good all year.
Sell the idea, but Berlin
voice just cracked.
Within this smoke, rotation of the spike goes back, but he gets shot. He gets denied. Now they have to go in. They have to push in.
This guy, they don't know he's
rotated through. Drop the spike on the ground, but he gets
what a
caught.
trade!
Do they have time is the question. Running in onto the site. I think they've just about got this plant. It's going to be incredibly close and just on the nose.
That's Viper's pit to defend the plant as well. This was down to less than a second, but now the advantage is clearly in favor of FPX. Sure, some of
when will the
players
Champions
low,
bundle be available in stores? I actually don't know.
On Heretics once they get near that spike. Right there. Utility. Luckily, life was dropped and he had a nade. That would have been a death sentence, but Berlin putting up a fight. 29 HP. That's his third kill of the round, and Young easily taking down Woot, jumping up above.
Gorgeous play.
Neck and neck yet again.
They're going to have a lot of map control. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, on defense.
It's absurd because
it's going to be hard for Heretics to take map control on FPX with just like 1 or 2 or 3 people.
For FPX so far, it hasn't been a big part of the game plan. 5 to 5.
Can work.
The economy was on the brink.
I'm curious to see how it goes on defense. There's 1 minute till ads. Yeah. Fuck, I'm going to have to pay up.
A couple of sheriffs, a Bucky brought out by Benji Fishy. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. And sometimes you'll see, the orb up close like last round. Maybe you can get the value. No, he's going to have to do this drive. That's not an easy task for anybody. Has managed to get close, but the first shot doesn't land. The second does. A chance for a little bit more. He's dropped. But the Bucky isn't. It's recovered.
Hero Bucky.
Boo now has it in his hands. 2 bullets left, and he's out of here. Maybe a chance to reload as well.
Wonderful. He's got the skin for it, at least. One of my personal favorites.
If we're looking at it objectively, okay? Say you had a Killjoy, like Heretics do, and you replace that Killjoy with the Astra.
So does Mini Boo.
How does that affect your defense side in general? You lose a turret, and you lose an alarm bot, but you gain smokes to take more aggressive control, and you have sucks and stuns.
Lead taken from FPX, this
continuous
back and forth.
There's been such a different identity to this defensive side, at least in this half.
But Heretics can't push smokes with no flashes? Well, that's my point. That's why I feel like having 3 smokes is actually valuable in comparison to having a Sentinel instead.
Blob movement, and less variety to what we're seeing here.
Yeah, with the whole composition, they weren't running themselves the Viper, so maybe joining the norm a little bit more there. It does also mean they don't have that reach anymore, which I think was a big...
You guys are running an ad, by the way.
Someone who's so fantastic with that supportive utility is going to have to do it in a different way. Again, we see this patient, passive FPX. I think if you watched the last map, you wouldn't have expected to hear those words come out of my mouth, but this has looked incredibly different. Happy to play into the late round, using those rotations. That counter Nightfall is definitely going to make
I got 4 of them.
You maybe expected to see some spam from Boo. Instead, Boo tries to go through.
30 seconds left.
Oh, Boo's found himself one, and he's safe in the back of the site. Showstopper's good for
Gorgeous.
2. Mini Boo making a mess of this round because that's the spike on the ground, and it looks like it's only going from bad to worse for FPX.
6-6.
Lysor, 1 versus 4. He'll find the first, but 10 seconds, even planting this spike
Not
is
bad half.
impossible.
Yes, I'll gift you guys 10 after the stream, after the game ends.
It is difficult to separate these teams. We've had to go all the way to map.
Yeah, let's lock in and watch their defense. See, so this one way, which makes it a little annoying. That one way just stopped an entire C control instantly.
Over the mound without at least breaking it and giving away the info. Flash sent out, destroyed immediately.
Wow, absolutely shit on. Sorry for cursor.
Pumped the brakes with a 3-man firing squad waiting for that B main aggression, and it has come through. The advantage now concretely locked in favor of the attackers, and FPX.
Brienne's is also set up A. They have to kill him.
Have it all to do.
Gecko and Viper have to push and clear rubble. They have to.
Tough position to try and get back from, for sure. Rians clearly knows something that we don't because he is fighting. And whoa,
Big kill.
Autumn, maybe a bit of a nasty surprise for him. It's going to be the push through. Even still, that advantage capped.
Gonna go C-Link? Oh, they're planning for C-Link and are gonna go in. That was risky as fuck. This was too... so unnecessary. So unnecessary from fucking Heretics. They legit just tossed. Heretics just full tossed this round.
Such a deficit. FPX have turned this round.
I do wonder, that feels like the kind of round you...
Actually, he's C. If he dies at C... If Berlin dies here, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Quite a few sheriffs invested into here for the side of Heretics, clearly believing in the power of the pistol, and I don't really blame them. Seems like Boo's still going to be playing a similar game to what we see from him when he's on the smokes, lurking on that side of the map.
Never mind, he's him. He's fucking him.
Berlin, it's a chance to potentially farm up orbs. It seems like he got a little bit lost there, though. Plant going to be tapped. I don't know if they realize Autumn's still here, and Wu wins that fight as well.
You'd think I would have learned my lesson by now to stop counting Heretics out when they've got pistols in play, but I'll learn one day. FPX still have a chance.
My buddy's up and away.
Easy sent far, but I don't think Wingman's going to survive too much longer. Yeah, he doesn't even get it to half. The shot from Life is nice, but they haven't dealt with the player on site. Rians is going out for more. Oh my, what is he doing? What was that? A MasterCard Thrifty in an uncouth style. I mean, I thought he'd wait for the defuse, play the time. Instead, he's going out with his knife when he still has ammo. Okay, Seth.
But for FPX, it's got to be infuriating. You finally, that's it. They broke it. They got a split pistol for once. And well, yeah. Look at the economy. It's off the charts now for the side of Heretics. They're in a great place.
Yeah, but this is better than winning the pistol. Yeah, your opponents are down in the dumps, and now you get to play.
And that on defense.
Oh, hello. Okay. Well, that's not ideal. Benji's down immediately.
Cover going now.
Having been dropped now, there's I believe it's a rifle recovered by Berlin. Opportunity for FPX at least, but yeah, well, I was going to point out that Heretics can build up a lot of money because they're only against pistols, but well, they've already lost one, and now there's a rifle.
There's no way.
Things get a little spooky.
And they're making the correct push into CT spawn. There's no way.
Okay.
And he gets that kill.
Now on the ground, and they're going to want to try and retrieve that. Of course, the other side don't know about this. Trying to bait him into an awkward fight, but Boo's having a great time. Finally, will be put down by Ion. But even still, that time.
We're going to save that gun?
The rest of the players on Heretics haven't just been sitting there. They've got into advanced positions. This post was looking good, but now they're both trapped into the corner. This could be a huge problem. Autumn's found another, and Wood's got nowhere to go, nowhere to escape. He's going to jump and just about survive, trying to do everything all on his lonesome, but he won't quite be able to. Left completely blind. It doesn't even matter. It will be a Red Bull clutch with the spike ending the round. To survive.
He loves that fucking line. Golly gosh.
Well, I guess technically they didn't at least get that massive boost in economy. FPX, they probably would have hoped for a win, but they can take that as somewhat of a win. Heretics will reclaim the lead.
So this kid has this entire line, which they're gonna have to re-clear eventually.
Their ability to compete with the best.
These two can play B because this guy just has C, and these two can... Well, they have 3B for some reason, but I guess he can have Astra Sucks here and here.
I will say, maybe the GOAT of all subs.
Here and here, maybe, if needed.
That doesn't normally happen, Boo. Almost caught, but...
This guy still has this line.
Trying to find...
And they never took it.
And delay, and you can see again, these double smokes, there always comes a point in the round where you have to almost disrespect them a little bit.
Oh, Young had an angle. The timing not quite great. They were watching as he swung out of the door. Smokes go down, but I don't think the plan is to go to the A side. It looks like the focus is instead moving towards B.
Gecko's here with Viper.
They won't waste their paranoia, instead using it much deeper.
Oh, they took it. Either way. Good nade as well. They get bombed down.
The plant should now come in safely in the corner. A foothold.
And yeah, they're
Heretics, but Life trying to take advantage of the chaos. He's gone straight in with the blast pack and got 2-3, lighting them up. It's Heretics on the back foot, out of absolutely nowhere. FPX have got control, and they're starting to defuse already. They've got to go running at them to stop this, and there's no stopping what started here. What a round from Life. That is unbelievable.
don't even know. I don't even know. I think if you saw someone do that in one of your matches, you'd report them for done in the last round. It means there's 3 rifles available. And oh, you can already see the amount of space that's already been taken
Berlin.
by FPX.
Come on, Berlin. We need you out here.
Back and forth we go. Team Heretics still set the sights on the C side.
What a fucking... Do you see what I mean, though? Imagine being a killjoy in that situation. You do not have as much delay on their actual hit.
It's caught one, but no one's there to convert on it. Flash used up. Young has to be careful, though. I don't know. Okay, they will convert the kill. And no punish. And then the swing from Boo traded out. 2 versus 1. And they could lock this round in here and now with the showstopper if they wanted to. But just 56 HP, and that call's probably being made. Wood is low. Has his ult, and Spike's right in front of him. You're right, he can take that teleport from the shadows. He'll emerge on another site, potentially, but it looks like he's going to stick the plant here and now.
Maybe realizing
you didn't think this game would be close, did you? I did.
He should be dead to right.
I didn't think it would be as crazy as it is, but I knew it would be close. Both these teams are good.
I think he just got caught by Lysol. It is good if he was able to do it from either side.
He needs to get out.
He doesn't get wrapped on. He does have some support. The flash is going to leave both players completely blind. Woo, under serious pressure.
Oh no, that fight was massive. Berlin has to live. Are you insane?
With just Sheriffs, Team Heretics have done this before, and the Spike not down in a spot that's easy to defend for FPX. You don't want to take too many risks, although now the attacker...
What is he doing?
Benji's holding onto the space, presumably so the Spike can come back to him. In terms of utility, Benji hasn't used up any...
Alright, well, Heretics is going to pause after this.
If he makes his way, he's going forward with the Spike. I thought he'd go back to the B site. Group up, take this one as a team, as a duo. Instead,
Benji is known for winning these fucking rounds, though.
49 health.
He's full health as well.
Found a lot of space, although I don't expect him to do much here. Just sit, wait, and cover that plant when it comes through.
I think from
30
the
seconds
side
left.
of Heretics, they were hoping somebody would make a mistake. It's arguable that Berlin tried his best, but now the patience might just pay off. Benji looks like he might be about to be greeted. There's still plenty of utility to play with, but he is going to get the fight that he wanted, and he's going to take both. Now this becomes dangerous. The Nightfall committed, but it's only going to connect onto one. Boo looking to try and fight this one, but he's run out of ammo at the last second. A very nice try, but ultimately the outcome is as expected.
Great try.
Just a few.
This is a pause for sure, right?
Successful round, but Young's the one to bring it across. Online. Benji and Mini Boo, Lockdown and Showstopper. That Young on the other side after his clutch last round.
Oh boy.
Just won away himself.
Oh boy. They're stacked B again. They love this B stack.
They should have.
Autumn, you need one. Is he gonna ult from here?
Tagged. Lots of weaker weapons, stingers in play, but that's where things can get chaotic. Where Heretics will move quicker, more sporadically as a unit.
But they use the pin. That's the real question. They should. With stingers in play, it's definitely a possibility. On the other side of things, we've immediately seen an ult to try and hold them in position, but already.
What the fuck is going on here? Does
the
ult to take space?
Now it has to be the fallback. Never mind though.
Wait.
Life has been able to take one down. Instead though, he's going to be caught. A worthwhile trade. Showstopper out. It should be a kill, and it will be. Miniboo trying to fight.
What the fuck is happening?
Spike still yet to be
I'm so stressed out.
Of time to play with. On Autumn just holding back. That pit still available. Still possible to be put into play. And now it goes in. Miniboo, third kill of the round already. But he is traded out. Now it's the players within the pit, and Autumn's in real trouble. He's caught by Rien's.
No.
It was the low weapons. It was the problem weapons, and once again, it is something that FPX just cannot deal with.
Oh boy, oh
well, they
boy.
came into that round, one away from Lockdown, one away from Showstopper. Pick up an orb for the
I
lockdown.
wonder.
Back of just wall banging.
What a horrendous game.
That's an insane start to the round from Boo.
There.
Mitchman's very excited.
This is an immature game, immature play.
Tell you that, Tom?
No,
I like this gun. It's a nice gun. It's a fun gun, and it's one that's given Heretics a real chance.
Gee golly, I love the Odin.
Careful. That's one thing. that I've certainly learned in this series. But they have found themselves an advantage that's almost impossible to throw away. We saw the 2 versus 4 from Heretics with Sheriffs. 2 versus 5. 1 versus 5 now with 7 HP. That is
Put it in the
quite a
history
difference. Yeah. Get ready. Autumn's name in lights. But I think this supernova is going to be premature. It's going to fade to black. There you go. Boo.
10-10. Now FPX is going to call a timeout.
Those wall bangs, the big guns out to play.
I don't even know if they have one.
Again, we see a scenario where one of the teams is in the lead and the other immediately claws it right back. It has been a game that
fuck.
whatever way
I'm gonna have to
you
pay
think it's
20
going,
gifted,
it
bro.
could
There's an ad in 2
immediately go
minutes.
back in the other direction, and I feel like this is going to be one of those matchups that is going to become a cult classic. Like if you're a real fan of Valorant, you're going to talk about Heretics versus FPX, because last time this where their opponent pulls a pause, so they do something completely out of the ordinary. It doesn't always work, but it looks like, again, they've just completely avoided the initial control over on A, expecting that.
And nobody's even close to ults on Heretics.
Now they have
They used everything the other round.
Look to commit that into one of the sites, but it's seemingly it's just going to be the allowance.
Ad in 10 seconds, guys.
Lost, and then just hit the site elsewhere. Not giving a lot of information. The only thing is Lysor, but he is isolated.
I know the Fate ult is there, but what can they do with it?
At this point, that there will be some control, especially that one-way smoke gives it away. But it doesn't look like Heretics are deterred. In fact, Boo's moving.
They don't have another ult
go
to
over the
complement
reveal.
that ult.
Or perhaps not. They're just covering the B aggression alongside the turret. It'll be a slower round from Heretics with 45 seconds left. The reveal does go through, but not outside of A. He's faking this. He's making it look like it's a B hit to keep those rotations dragged in the other direction. And it's Lysor that will have the pressure on him. He's conscious they could be here, but he hasn't used the paranoia just yet. Now they're close. Now the pressure's on, but he's caught the back turn. Paranoia out. It's caught him on the right. Miniboo can't see a damn thing. And shooting at the tracers, not quite close.
He got
enough.
his
With
2.
Light stepping up to delete Boo. This
Oh
one's looking
my
good.
god,
The
they
lead
only
will
used
stay in
1 ult
FPX's
too?
hands
And
as
he
they
has a
push up to
showstopper now? Oh, hell nah.
Like, he picked his moment. That was the thing. There was so many points in that round where you could see he was tempted to use that power once again. Well, there is a lot more early battle this time.
Uh-oh.
A, but they've got to be
Oh
careful.
my
Get out of there. Wu is
got
under
out just in
serious
time.
pressure. They've got to give it up, but they've taken B in response.
They're fully in. 3 players in through the B choke point, completely abandoned by FPX.
What?
Oh, no.
That's a sloppy fight if ever I've seen one. And ultimate's here for FPX as well. They've got a showstopper.
my god, he needed
and
that
Thrash
kill
to get
so
back in.
bad.
Confident in playing the retake.
He needed that so
Nightfall is
bad.
available for Team Heretics, and it may well be used. And in fact, it is used right now, clearing out heaven. There's no one there.
Oh,
Now
the
they start to
Thrash with the
realize where
Fate,
push is
with the
coming
Raze
from. All
ult.
those steps are heard, but it's because Thrash is going to lead the way. Is going to take the point of contact.
What a tether.
The seize is good. It keeps them in position. Showstopper used, but Miniboo makes
Oh
up for the
my god,
disaster
neither
earlier
ult did
on.
anything because of that
Benji up top,
seize.
Sneaking his way up close around.
No
the corner.
time,
There's a player
run.
coming through the smoker, 2 more. He thins out the herd and leaves time so low that FPX are running for the hills.
Oh
Not even
my
escaping the spike
god.
in some cases. Neck and neck. I'm getting sick of saying that, Tom.
Well, if it doesn't go to OT, I think that would be the biggest surprise
Miniboo.
of the game so far. But honestly, Miniboo's reaction there, I love it. Like,
Miniboo.
sure, didn't go his way, but Benji actually gets detained entirety of the match. In fact,
Same
series
strat. They're literally
has
running the
gone this
same
way.
strat. Both teams are running the same thing.
Still trying to fight for this early control of Rubble, and again, it's the same. So much utility.
It's
being
the
spent,
exact
being
same
called out,
round.
all of it. And he's going to try and get out of
Except
there.
Autumn
Instead,
got the
though,
kill this
They
time.
try the same play. They try the same ruse, and it is not going anywhere near as well.
That's the spike down. And a flank underway. Killjoy turret down, so there's no way they even get that information. And it's double flank too. Life is here as well. There is no stopping the ball for FPX. In this
What
round. They've
the
got rolling,
fuck? They are
and it's
better
trampled
without
Heretics.
ults.
Left them flat on 11. And now 1 round away.
Again, we're going to see this control fought for. It has gone
Whoa.
the majority of rounds. Boo is trying to find some
Oh, Berlin.
aggressive push.
Berlin, our hero.
We open surely they expect it. Oh, they do. That's a big kill. Berlin going down. It was a risk taken, and it was a risk that I don't know if it was worth it.
Doesn't seem so, especially with that showstopper online for Miniboo. He's the one picking the kill, but the ult was already there. And the C site now, knowing that there's Viper utility here, they're likely to use it to open the site. That's why Autumn has fallen back so far. He doesn't want to get caught by this big old rocket. But for now, there's no intention to use it.
All
They're gonna
5
keep
here.
it reactive.
Oh my
I
god.
like this. Aware that FPX would probably fall back, would probably give them the space if they use it. Instead, they take the space for free. And now there's a showstopper for the 5v2. It's fired in blind in case there's a snake in the grass, but it looks like an overtime is already locked in. A big play needed. Young's been fantastic in so many rounds. And a spam here, my goodness, it could do a lot. But Lysor, he's conscious of a player up close.
Yeah, would reveal his position, not knowing that there was going to be an alarm bot there. He's trying to find a way through the smoke, and now, well, a 1v4 to Ace. He's been unbelievable, but this would have to be the best of them. It seems like OT is inevitable, and maybe it was from the get-go. The way this map has been going back and forth all the way, why not keep it going a little bit more? 12 to 12, FPX versus Heretics, always seemingly going the distance.
Overtime.
And who knows where it is.
A more direct approach from FPX, but I'm looking at the map and it certainly doesn't seem to be the case. They're much more spread out, looking to take the control bit by bit and deny any aggression from this defensive side.
Autumn has so much control though.
A little bit more tentative. A lot on the line. There's no easy games in this group.
3 guys here.
Been proven. Going up or going down is not going to give you.
Oh my god. It's gonna be. Oh god.
Already pressure being placed in. Woot isn't going to be the one to find the kills. In fact, it's Rien's
What a
alongside
fucking
Miniboo to do it,
retake.
leaving 3 standing, but I can't
That was
count
gorgeous.
how many 3v5s we've seen so far this game. So Heretics need to make sure they don't overextend.
Well, many games in the past, I've been counting teams out at this point or a little further, but lesson learned. It ain't over till the pop-up comes in. 30 seconds, though. We're certainly close to the conclusion one way or another. Heretics backing off the A side as well, expecting this hit to be a massive rotation, a late play to see. Perhaps a push through their own spawn from the stairs, and they're covering all their bases, ready for these fights. Berlin can't sneak his way in, but they have at least managed to find the A site. A plant to be found,
10 seconds left.
but a 5 versus 2 retake. Team Heretics, even just trading at this point, will be more than enough.
Where do you go? Where do you fight? How do you try and remove this deficit? Are you hoping for a little bit of luck? Well, there it is.
Imagine,
Still took
chat.
some damage in response. Autumn tagged a little bit lower. Has Lysor alongside him, but not for much
no
longer.
chance.
With 15 HP, I think all the miracles are gone from this round. It will be Heretics to take that advantage, as they now need one more to end this series and repeat history.
FPX pushing up on Mount. Players, we've seen this before from Berlin. Just in the last round they played on defense, he was alone. This time doubling up to provide that little bit of extra support.
Oh,
and
Berlin!
He grabs a kill for his trouble. They were sent back and they were smoked
Killed him
off,
through
but
smoke.
somehow he's able to land that shot for free. That's the opening that I guess is karma for the last half that they played.
Timing though is going to be everything. Miniboo, as I said, impact is all that matters at this stage, and he's found a fight into that. See on the other side, Boo is waiting for a response, waiting to see if there's a re-aggress, an attempt to try and take this fight, but for now, much more passive. And that's mainly because, again, of that A-site hold. You've got the cross being held onto. Autumn's position has been revealed, and I think they're just going to have to smoke this off and maybe get him out of that corner. That would not be a safe place to stay.
I know there's 2 here. They can open door and go B.
Pretty heavy setup here on C. At least the orb is down for now.
Aw, they are not going through, right?
Berlin, that's his 3rd already.
Berlin!
Autumn converts on, and they're not letting it go just
Berlin!
yet. Another overtime.
Did they really just hear 2 guys C and go C?
13. There is no split the difference here.
Overtime.
Sure, it just... Battle continues. The fight for rubble. A continuous point. And actually a deep alarm bot being placed by Benji will mean he can keep this.
So they have no A control or C
control.
control. I guess they have
In fact,
C.
all of his
Under.
utility is used to that degree on B as well. You can see the turret. Now the rest look to just try and hold on to what has been a massive point of contention in Rubble.
Are they gonna retake A? Maybe doesn't have a nade.
Not the normal hold.
Although the Viper does have a molly.
I mean, sure, Miniboo can get out of there. He's got his blast packs. He's not on too committed of an angle. But then just take a look at Rien's. He's got no way out. The wall might help him for a moment, but okay, the spam is good. Now where does he go? He's stuck, he's naded.
Wait.
And hit by the snake bite too. Miniboo gets out, but the trade 1-1. It's not fantastic for the defensive side.
They were in this situation before and they rotated wrong.
Still have the ability to take this wherever they want. The door is open. It looks like the spike is still going to the A side.
Oh no, they picked the wrong site.
Fake after initial contact, but instead they're going to run heavy into 3 players from Heretics. And it's Heretics coming ahead in all the fights. Berlin left alone, 1v3 with an op.
Yeah, with an op and no shields. Like, he's got 20 seconds. He needs a miracle. He needs a mistake. I don't even think he could pull this off unless Heretics do something silly. And wow, holding already. Benji, he's not going to repeat that. Absolutely no reason to. They could wait for him to try and grab the spike, try and plant, but they are not giving him anything. A shutdown and another chance for Heretics as they get themselves to match.
Oh, the perfect call by Benji.
Tell Benji that.
The name's Runner. This is huge.
It's the perfect call. There's nobody in B.
This previously led to 2 players dying. This time, next to nothing. In fact, no damage, right?
Oh no!
Finding the opening, that's life
GG.
down with a good opportunity to convert the plant
sorry,
as well.
boo,
FPX
my fault.
Can't really deny this.
My fault,
They
my
have to
fault, my
fight
fault.
for the retake.
Well, yeah, this could be it. A man advantage. The hold from Boo. I don't know if they will have heard him taking that little bit of extra damage. Well, they definitely know now. He's revealed his position, but if anything, that could be worse for them. They're going to have to try and fight for this, try and get back in. Paranoia has been used elsewhere to try and reclaim the baby door. Lysor's going to get one, but still the kill's going in favor of this attack side, looking to try and hold the line, and that's exactly what they're doing. Needs to be someone on this diffuser when it just isn't happening.
The fuck's
It's
his
left
aimbotting?
on to Autumn. He's fought throughout this series, but I think the job is done. Time and time again, you'll see these teams fight against each other.
Good game,
and
good game.
unfortunately, FPX fall
Good game.
exactly the same way.
Honestly, good game from both
Separated
teams.
only by the overtimes. One hell of a fight.
I'm happy
put
that
up
this
by
wasn't an
FPX,
elimination
but
game.
Heretics, after a little break, a little rest, looking better. Even changing it up. And that's the real head scratcher. The Lotus composition, switching roles, Woot and Boo, swapping it over, bringing in Rien's on the Viper. Well, it's worked out, but only
It is.
barely.
Oh yeah,
This is a squad
I'm
that
gonna
I think
gift.
we're going to see a lot from this tournament.
I'll gift after.
I think you can say